Hi, I'm Joell The Creature King, and on this episode, we're gonna be Hi, it's Joell The Creature King, and we are talking everything ants. The first thing about ants is that how ants can be pet. If you want ant pets, but you want a queen ant, do big-headed ants because they're huge, and huge ants take a very long time to grow. So, yeah.
So, Joel, today we're outside because you wanted to come outside to do this podcast. Why did you want to come outside to do this podcast about ants?
Because it's the perfect place to find ants.
So we're outside in the front yard, and Joel has me out here. He's digging in holes for ants. Now, is this where you usually find ants?
Yeah. I take off the bark and then a bunch of ants come out.
You take off the bark and then a bunch of ants come out.
Yeah.
Where do these ants come from?
Underground, probably in the tree. They come from a single ant called a queen, and they're all sisters. And the queen ant is divided to hundreds and thousands of baby girls.
So the ants just live inside the tree bark?
No, some ants live in the tree leaves, some live in underground, some just like to make houses out of living bodies of their own selves.
Huh? Explain that to me.
Wait, I found an ant.
You found an ant?
Anties.
What do you call them?
Anties. Anyways, their real
Anties.
name
I got you.
is ants.
Where did they get that name from?
I don't know.
They're so small. You're not going to pinch them and they're not going to die?
Yeah. They're not good. So, we're not going to.
So what intrigues you about ants? What do you like so much about them?
That they work in a colony and they can learn. Like, ants get stuck and die on slug slime. Then they start getting dirt and putting them on the slug, and it soaks up all of the slime. So they can go and slice at the slug's flesh.
So what kind of ants are in this? Well, what kind of tree is this?
A big oak, I
Big
think.
oak. And what kind of ants are inside of it?
Black ants. I got their name because their color is black.
All of them are black? There's no brown? There's one right there. See that little guy? These ants have to be about 1/4 of an inch wide by
Dad,
1/32nd of an inch.
Dad, this one's bigger. Because
They're
this is
tiny. It's like a piece of hair.
like
There's one right there also. What are those different parts of the ant's body?
the thorax, the abdomen, and the head.
Say that again.
The thorax, the abdomen, and the heads.
Now, what do all of those parts do?
The they use to have their children and store food for their family members and kids. The thorax they use to just eat.
Do they store food in their thorax?
No, their abdomen is their only storage.
So they use the thorax to eat.
Yeah. The abdomen is the only storage part.
What about their head? Is their head part of their digging? Do they use their head to dig?
Yeah, they use their mandibles on their head.
Their mandibles?
Yeah, on their head.
What are mandibles?
Oh, the bugs' only teeth they use to pick up food. Their mouth is just a bunch of tentacles.
Like an alien? Like an alien? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yeah, a little bit.
So, you like digging for ants?
Yeah,
Why?
because they're just so fun to look at when you put them in ant wars against other colonies. How they use their numbers is to kill the rival or the rivals. Yeah, so like if you put 2 ants against one ant would die from the 2 ants, but then the other ant will kill the rival ant. Because there's 2 ants from the same colony and 1 ant from a different colony. Yeah.
And again, right here, we're looking at black ants. Can you give me some more information about a black ant?
Black ants are not like red ants. Red ants are just red. Everything else is black ant.
Tell me some more about the black ants. So you tell me there's red ants and there's black ants.
Yeah.
And out here in front of the house are black ants.
Yeah, and
Now, don't some people call these sugar ants?
in Australia,
Why do they call them sugar ants?
no, in Australia they call them sugar ants and not black ants because sugar ants aren't black ants and sugar ants are not all black.
I know. I think I see some brown, maybe even yellow. I'm not sure.
Brown and black on black ants. They call black ants because the color they are, not because black people found them.
So is there a sweetness in this tree? Is that why ants like trees?
No, it's because in the bark it's perfect condition for the colony and their children. The larvae, the eggs, the pupae, and the pupating larvae. The pupae are in the warmer places of the tree because the pupae need to grow up into adult ants as fast as they can. The pupae can.
Is there any information you want to tell your viewers about black ants?
Yeah, black ants are, to me, the most camouflaged ants when they're close when they're on dirt, because their blackness blends into the darkness of wet dirt and just regular dirt, making it harder to see them because they look like this dirt because how dark they are.
They look like specks of soil.
Yeah.
It's probably tons of them mixed inside that dirt that we can't see, right?
No.
No?
You can see them kind of easy. See, if I put it on the dirt,
Nah.
it's not.
You can see them kind of easy because you got an ant eye. You know what that means? You have an ant eye?
No.
You have an eye for ants. Like, you can spot them. I can't spot them because I'm not usually out here looking for them. But you do that. Some days you spend like 2 hours outside looking for ants. I don't really understand how you do that, but some days you do. You'll spend the entire 2 hours out here just digging for ants. How do you do that?
Oh, it's because they just like ants. I'm gonna get this piece of bark, and it's gonna be these 3 ants' new home. for a little while until I move them. See.
So right now we're walking around and he's looking for different places to start new ant colonies. He has a piece of bark. He has a couple ants in his hand. And he's telling me that if he puts these ants on this piece of bark, it'll give them a new home.
Yeah, they are really scared right now, except the one ant. Little bit escaping his house. And this ant is escaping.
Now, ants. Do ants have families? Like,
yeah.
Since you just removed them from the tree, how does that affect them and their family?
There is some family members because they have 3 ants that are family.
So you took ants from the same family and put them to get back together on the bark.
Yeah. There is probably millions and trillions more ants from that colony. And a queen that lays hundreds of ants a day. So,
Does the queen have a mate?
the dad ant dies shortly after mating with the queen ant.
How old is he? Is he young?
Really young. Like when he's an adult.
So he's a young adult.
Yeah.
How old is an ant when it becomes an adult?
Like past its whole old teenage years. It's just stuck one place.
I don't think you understand what I'm trying to get to. So, first off, what's the life cycle of an ant?
It starts by an egg laid by the queen, then a larvae, then a pupating cocoon holding the pupating larvae, then a pupa. That's an ant. That's completely white. Then a dot ant.
So how long is that process? Is it like a week, a month, a year?
Lots of weeks combined together.
Okay, so how long does an ant live? Does it live for weeks or months or years?
Only 1 to 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah. So ants don't have a long lifespan.
Yeah,
So
but
by the time they're like 2 weeks old, they're already an adult?
yeah. Maybe.
So is there anything else you want to share with me about ants?
Yes. Then goes that far away from their wasp ancestors.
They're who ancestors?
Wasp ancestors. Their ancestors were literal wasps.
Ants are related to wasps?
Yeah, that means that they like honey and nectar and pollen. Because that's what wasps try to do. They try to copy bees.
So wasps aren't original, they try to copy bees?
Yeah, anyways, bees came from wasps.
Hold on. So you're telling me ants, bees, and wasps are all related?
Yeah, and hornets.
And hornets. How are they related? They don't look anything alike an ant.
There's only one thing that keeps them together.
What's that?
They have a colony and the father dies after mating with the queen. That is why termites are not in the family with them.
So I thought termites were related to ants. They're not?
Yeah, because termites ancestors couldn't fly, and also termites whelp. They eat wood, not like the others, but the weirdest thing, that the male survives and keeps mating with the queen in his whole life. And the termite workers and soldiers promote into workers or soldiers, and even males and females, queens and kings. Termites promote into queens and kings.
So a termite can be multiple genders?
Yeah. Unlike ants, wasps, hornets, and bees, which only have one gender, worker and soldier. Female. And the male termite is called a king because it doesn't die and raises the kingdom with the queen.
So if you didn't know so much about ants, what would be one thing you wanted to know about ants that you would probably ask someone your age or ask an adult?
That if they liked eating flowers, which I discovered they love to eat flowers. So
you would ask that. No, what is a question you would ask?
I don't know.
If you knew someone who knew everything about ants, and if there's something you don't know that you would like to ask them, what would you ask them?
I really don't know.
Like me, I would ask you, I would say, Joell The Creature King, why do ants always go into people's houses?
Because there's food.
There's food?
Yeah.
So that's what triggers them.
Yeah, food.
Is there anything an ant won't eat?
Fungus, mushrooms, no. I mean, when it comes to leafcutter ants, they eat fungus.
But black ants, they don't?
Yeah, they don't. They hate fungus. Like fungus, no. Bugs, yes.
But ants have all of this land outside, but they rather be in my house?
Yeah, because it's warm.
Ants like the warmth?
And food, and there's food. Ants would rather not risk their life to have dinner.
Oh, they don't like risking their life to have dinner?
Yeah, because ants sometimes die when they try to get their dinner.
I didn't know they actually had a sense of life. Like they knew that this is dangerous. Ants have that sense. They can tell when they're in danger.
Yeah. If they quickly smell the scent of the animal before it gets them, they can quickly run away and tell their other family members that a predator is coming and we need to attack it. And to make sure that it really doesn't get us, eat it.
So an ant will attack something that's coming for them instead of running away?
Yeah, small young ant colonies with like 2 or 1 worker ant are really scared to go outside and will only eat small dead things. Because even one dead ant can mean a risk to the whole entire colony.
And what's that risk?
Because it's young and it has just a few workers, and the queen doesn't even go outside to get food. And after she gobbles up all of her fat stores in her muscles that power her wings, she has to eat real actual food.
It's a lot of information that I just learned that I didn't know. So, how many different ant species do you know? Well, there are multiple ant species, right?
Yeah, from the same ants.
So how many different kinds do you know?
Like there's, I don't know, but at least maybe 100 ants, because I watched a bunch of ants, Canada and ants, Australia.
We are not giving any sponsorships. We are not in any way, shape, or form suggesting anyone to view any other ant videos or anything, or we're not claiming to be in connection with any of those. So these are just some of the things that Joell likes to see and get information from, because everyone needs information, right?
Yep.
Just like if you're a kid and you're interested in anything nature, science, critters, creatures, animals, then you should probably tune into Joell the Creature King, because he can give you a vast amount of knowledge and experience in anything nature. Right, Joe?
Yep. Lots of bugs. But first, the ants are discovering their new home. Work ants are the ones that do all of the digging, so the soldier ants, which I put in there, which I always pick because the worker ants are so squishy and die immediately when I pick them up. I put, of course, soldier ants because I always get soldier ants.
How do you know that they're soldier ants?
Because they're big heads.
Out of those little tiny ants, you can tell which ones have big heads. How?
Yeah, because the worker ants have like triangular heads.
Oh, wow. All I see is 3 dots. You gotta show me that one day. Like, show me how I can determine what is what. Like these little tiny ants, I can't even. I would not know which one was a queen if you found a queen.
A queen is really big.
See, you telling me it's really big, but everything I see is very tiny.
The queen ants have very big abdomens where all of their eggs are. I'm gonna go over here.
So when it comes to ants, I've just learned that a queen ant has hundreds of babies a day.
Yeah.
That's something I did not know. Ants prefer to find somewhere that has tons of food and resources for it, including a home or housing, just like humans. We don't really like going out and having to scratch and survive. We really like showing up and things being there ready for us. So ants, they like that as well. That's why you may find ants in your home, because they can sense and smell that there's a ton of food there. There's a ton of places to hide there. And it's warm. All of the things that ants seek. Hey, Joell, what are you looking for? More ants to put towards this colony that you're forming?
Yeah, they don't have a queen, but they won't care. Ants or queens go crazy.
Or do they go crazy to work for the queen?
Go crazy to protect her and make sure that she lives a long and happy life and die from just old age.
Because that's the goal, right? To only die from old age, right?
Yeah. Anyways, some ants don't die from old age to work in the soldiers because they die from ant fights against other ant colonies and fights to get their dinner. Ant colonies just fight to get their own food.
What's your favorite kind of ant?
The black ant, of course.
Why do you like the black ant so much?
I don't know why, but the black ant is, well, a cool ant. If you don't want a person to see your ants, you just show them the container with black ants, and they won't see any black ants because the color of their color.
The color of their bodies.
Yeah.
Now, are there any dangerous ants?
Yes, there's ants that can sting like Solenopsis invicta.
Say that again. Speak clear.
There's ants that can sting called Solenopsis invicta. Fire ants.
What are they called again? Solenopsis
Invicta. Fire ants.
Okay. And why do they sting?
Does they evolve to sting?
Can they sting other ants?
Yes. They roll up when they're fighting other ants and end up moving when they fight with other ants sometimes, and they sting the other rival ants. They also, since they sting, they can easily make sure that their meal is theirs.
Have you ever seen one of those kind of ants in real life?
No, only on YouTube.
So where would these ants be located if we were looking for them?
In the jungle and in Canada.
Oh, they have some in Canada?
Yeah.
I thought they would be in like warmer climate towards the south. No?
They do live in the jungle. Like red tropical fire ants, which make living bridges.
What is a red tropical fire ant?
I mean, no, it's just there's a fire ant that lives in the jungle, which makes living bridges for when they're moving across water for their queen and other.
Explain that. What's a living bridge?
A bridge of ants, of living ants, which are making a bridge for their queen and other important ants in the colony to cross the water.
So they all join together and work as a team. Only so the queen ant can get across.
And other important ants in the colony.
Oh, so they do help other ants, not just the queen.
Yeah.
But it sounds like they're risking their lives doing that. Is that true?
Yeah.
Now, are there any other ants that I want to stay away from?
Yes, bullet ants.
Bullet ants. Now, that sounds dangerous.
Their aim is their sting.
They sting like a bullet?
Yeah.
Is it deadly?
Yeah, if you have allergies of it.
So
it's just very painful.
So someone can be allergic to a bullet ant.
Sting. And bullet ants in Australia are the most deadly.
They've killed people?
Yeah. You've been stung multiple times and yeah, been stung multiple times and have allergies to them.
So are they like regular seasonal allergies that some people are allergic to, like different things and bug bites and stuff?
No. Just allergies to the stings.
So how do you know if you're allergic to them? Do you only know if you get stung?
Yeah. Then you have to go immediately to the doctor or you're just dead.
See, I know that you're very much intrigued and you want to learn so much about nature and different species and habitats and whatnot.
I even fed a spider at my mom's grandma's house.
Now, since you want to do all these things with different animals,
A lanternfly and Janitor just had to spray water at the spider, which was about to eat
Since you want to
it.
know so much about different animals, bugs, species, do you think that you will have to be like take some kind of medicine before you travel, or become vaccinated against certain types of bites and stings and stuff? Maybe. Now, would you be willing to do that? To get vaccinated against them so that you will be able to do all of the things that you want to do in life?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds like that's nothing to you, right?
Yeah.
That'll be the easy part.
Yeah.
Because sometimes...
I really don't like needles.
I know you don't like needles, but what good...
I'd rather get a medicine of it than a needle.
Yeah, but you would still get it though, right?
Yeah.
That's very optimistic, because I know that a lot of adults are just scared of things just because of the name of them. Like, they hear the term vaccine, and what do a lot of adults think?
I don't know.
When you hear vaccine, what do you think?
That's nothing.
Just nothing. It doesn't scare you?
Nope.
Nope. It doesn't scare you because you're young and you're free. You're free of mind. You don't think that many things can harm you, right?
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. That's a good way to live. Because, I mean, you know that if you were to get a vaccine or get vaccinated against certain things, then you'll be able to do more things, right?
Yeah.
What about dangers? Do you think there's any dangers in getting that vaccine or getting a shot to be able to be in nature?
I don't like shots.
But do you think there's any danger towards it?
I don't know.
You don't know. But you would still do it so you can do the things you want to do?
Yep.
That's good. That's good information.
I'm gonna go. And they haven't really explored it that much.
Now, on this podcast about ants, I know earlier we were talking before we got on, and you were talking about different things you wanted to talk about ants. Are there any things that you wanted to talk about that we haven't talked about?
Yes. If you want to start an ant colony with a queen ant, try and do big-headed ants. That's because big-headed ants are big. And big ants take a longer time to grow into the huge adults.
So start with is a big-headed ant, is that a type of species? Type of ant?
Yeah, there's hundreds of thousands of species of big-headed ants. Bidoli. That's what big-headed ants are.
What are they called?
Bidoli.
Bidoli.
Big-headed ants.
Are there any here in the U.S.?
I don't know.
So how are you going to tell someone they need to start something if you don't know where they can find them? Where can I find a big-headed ant?
In Australia and Canada.
Do you think they're in here in the U.S.? Probably.
No, probably not.
Guess we're going to have to look that up to find out, right?
Yeah. But I know they're in Canada and Australia.
How many different types of ants do you know?
Watson, I can't remember.
Can you tell me 5?
Big ants, woolly ants, and fire ants.
That's 3. Give me some more.
Black ants.
That's
Leaf
4.
cutter ants.
That's 5.
You said 5.
Harvester ants, I do know those. What else?
We've got no wait. Weaver ants.
Weaver ants.
They got their name because they weave leaves together to make their homes.
What? They're similar to a spider?
So they make leaf baskets where they make their homes.
Okay, as we wrap up this episode of Ants, is there anything you want to say to the people, to your different viewers, listeners?
Yes. Ants are good at making sure that their colony survives.
And are there any good things about ants for the environment?
Yes. They're tiny ants, like big-headed ants and harvester ants have chambers in their homes where they put seeds. They eat seeds that have fat and field glob on them. The plants put those globs on their seeds. They like those seeds because they eat the globs and the seeds have no use. And they put the seeds in chambers, and those seeds will sometimes get eaten, but sometimes the seeds start to grow before they can eat them.
And how is that good for the environment?
The plant will grow and grow until it has fruit that have seeds in it. Then animals can eat those fruit. And the ants can get the seeds and it will go over and over again.
Oh, a continued cycle.
Yep.
Thank you for that information, Joell. Do you want to say anything to your viewers? Like, thank them for tuning in.
Thank you for tuning in to this podcast, and bye. Yep, but how's my socks open?
Well, put your sneakers on. Or boot on.
They don't move. Five rules instead of two. Like, two people can go faster. The one which goes faster has the higher chance of surviving and killing off the other one.
Amazing is here. Amazing.
Amazon.
It's amazing.
Yes, that's amazing. It's called
Yo, Gigi's here. Wait for the amazing.
Gigi.
Back up, King.
You know how when he to sit, but he doesn't sit? He's go on top. Look at how he doesn't sit. But this is well, quite interesting. Oh, you right? The ants come. Daddy? What is your computer about the ants? Daddy, see the ants are in that tunnel? They're all working. Wow. 1 ant, 2 ants, 3 ants, 4 ants, 5 ants, many ants. Making little branching tunnels. That whole cup would eat a very long time. Like, just like a few days. Oh, I found your cemetery. I found the graveyard, Daddy. Come look.
I'm trying to do stuff, yeah. Sorry.
Diana, look. I mean, David. David.
You see Marina for?
David. David.
I can see Marina.
David. David. Yes, I found the ant graveyard. Yeah, the ant graveyard. Where they put all the dead ants that they don't even care about. He just put them, they don't even think about it. They don't even think about it. They don't even care. He just put them there, and then just, they're there. They don't care. All they do is just put them there. Nothing else. Hey, Daddy, they're making another tunnel.